State President began state visit to Laos. And Prime Minister attends virtual summit on climate action. Hello, you're watching Today Headlines. Receiving Philippine Ambassador Monte Leguer, Party General Secretary Tolam highly appreciated the ambassador's positive contributions in promoting bilateral relations, emphasizing that 2025 marks the 10th anniversary of establishing the strategic partnership between Vietnam and the Philippines. He also asked the ambassador to promote high-level and all-level contacts, strengthen economic connectivity, and strive to bring two-way trade turnover to $10 billion. The party chief affirmed that Vietnam supported the Philippines in successfully assuming the role of ASEAN Chair 2026. The ambassador confirmed that he would coordinate with Vietnamese agencies to organize numerous practical activities and promote the strategic partnership between two countries to develop more deeply, substantially, and effectively in all fields. State President Nguyen Phu Trong and a high-level Vietnamese delegation arrived in Vientiane on Thursday to begin a state visit to Laos. Thong Sisulit, General Secretary of the Laos People's Revolutionary Party Central Committee and President of Laos, hosted a welcome ceremony and held talks with State President Nguyen Phu Trong.
This is State President Nguyen Phu Trong's first state visit to Laos in his current capacity. The visit highlights the two countries' great friendship and comprehensive relations. The two leaders agreed to further enhance cooperation in all fields during the talks. They discuss and reach a consensus on orientations to foster future bilateral relations, including bolstering regular high-level and people-to-people exchanges, implementing key bilateral agreements, and promoting theoretical cooperation and experience sharing in the streamlining process between the two parties. The two sides pledged to strengthen economic, cultural, scientific, and technological cooperation, aiming to boost bilateral trade to $5 billion. The leaders also agreed to coordinate closely on regional and international issues, work together closely in Mekong River resource management, and build stronger trilateral ties with Cambodia. They agreed to strengthen cooperation in science and technology, healthcare, education and training, and culture, share experience in high-level official training, collaborate on recruitment and training quality, and foster cooperation in innovation, digital economy, and e-commerce. The two leaders witnessed the signing of cooperation agreements between the ministries, sectors, and localities of both countries.
Prime Minister Pham Minh on Wednesday attended a virtual summit on climate actions at the invitations of UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres and Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva as leader of a country at the forefront of implementing the Just Energy Transition Partnership. More to follow.
The UN Deputy Secretary General, who coordinated the summit, praised Vietnam as a leader in green development and climate action and urged it to share its experience globally. Reaffirming points from COP26, Prime Minister Pham Minh stressed the need for a united, inclusive and people-centered approach, highlighting the importance of fairness, cooperation and unlocking resources for climate response and sustainable development.
Vietnam is accelerating climate action with a coordinated strategic approach, enhancing its legal framework and launching key energy initiatives, such as green power plants, public-private partnerships, power purchase agreements, and support for communities most affected by climate change.
The Prime Minister noted that Vietnam has made encouraging progress despite being a developing country with limited resources. It leads ASEAN in renewable energy supply, is internationally recognized for advancing sustainable green agriculture, especially the 1 million hectare low-emission rice project in the Mekong Delta, and actively participates in global green growth and energy transition initiatives. The Prime Minister restated Vietnam's commitment to achieving carbon neutrality by 2050 and emphasized that Vietnam is ready to participate, accompany, and lead in this process. Vietnam, he added, looks forward to continue strong cooperation and support from the international community on this journey.
Vietnam seeks support in 5 key areas: financial assistance, high-tech sharing, human resource training, institutional development for green and sustainable growth, and green governance.
The Prime Minister called implementing the Paris Agreement a challenging yet meaningful mission, an opportunity to reshape the economy, advance climate action, and strengthen global cooperation.
This evening, National Assembly Chairman Chen Thanh-Mon chaired a meeting to discuss the applications of artificial intelligence technology in the digital transformation of the National Assembly. The National Assembly Chairman stated that the National Assembly Standing Committee has established the National Assembly Digital Transformation Steering Committee and issued a resolution on the construction and development of the Digital National Assembly for the 2024-2026 period, hoping that when software categories are completed, each civil servants and public employees of the National Assemblies, committees, and affiliated units of the National Assembly will have a virtual assistant, reducing working time by 30% and freeing them to perform other important tasks. Coming up next, Unity Information, Southeast Asian troops gear up for Vietnam parade. Literatures and arts continue to contribute to country's development. A Ministry of Foreign Affairs press conference heard Vietnam was pleased to welcome military forces from Laos, Cambodia, and China for the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and National Reunification Parade. Their participation demonstrates the increasingly strong solidarity, friendship, and cooperation between Vietnam and other countries. This is also an opportunity to honor the immortal values of forgiveness, peace, reconciliation, and healing, and the spirit of putting the past behind and moving towards the future. More than 300 photographs, documents, and artifacts highlighting Vietnam's victory in the resistance war against the United States are displayed at a National Resources, a special exhibition at the Ho Chi Minh Museum in Hanoi. The exhibition featured 3 themes: aspiration for peace, Great Spring Victory of 1975, and Vietnam reaching new heights. Thus, showcase retraces the arduous yet glorious journey of Vietnam's long struggle for independence. It aims to reinforce public confidence in the party leadership as the country steps into a new era of development. This exhibition is open to the public from April 23rd to August 10th. More than 12,000 Vietnamese officers, soldiers, and civilians, alongside military delegation from Laos, Cambodia, marched in unison on the evening of April 22nd during a grand rehearsals for the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and national reunification. In Thủ Dầu Một district, Bình Dương province, over 200 soldiers from Laos and Cambodia are perfecting every step, writing a powerful anthem of solidarity.
My name is Ban Sa. I'm a lieutenant from Infantry Regiment 11 of the Lao People's Army. I feel proud and honored to be part of this parade.
Lieutenant Ban Sa Chanthavong is one of the 121 elite Lao soldiers sent to Vietnam for the milestone event. Under the scorching heat in Bình Dương, his formation moves steadily, reflecting the discipline and resilience of the Lao troops.
Upon receiving orders from our superiors and the Lao Ministry of Defense, we began training immediately. Our military discipline and formations are similar to Vietnam's. We aim to fulfill our duty best, strengthening the enduring friendship and comprehensive cooperation between our parties, states, and armies.
Language is no longer a barrier on the training ground. In Bình Dương, Lao soldiers march in sync with their Vietnamese counterparts and build friendships step by step.
I'm happy to train alongside Vietnamese soldiers. Since some of our friends don't speak Vietnamese, I explain things to them.
A kilometer away, more than 100 Royal Cambodian Armed Forces soldiers are lined up in perfect formation. Each participant has been carefully selected, and their heights range from 1.8 to 1.85 meters to ensure visual uniformity.
We trained for about 10 days before coming to Vietnam. The climate here is similar to Cambodia, so our team adapted quickly. Following parade protocol, we march 100 meters in synchronized steps, then shift to a more formal style with precise arm swings over a 300-meter stretch showcasing the distinct discipline of Cambodian forces.
In this historic celebration, soldiers from Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam are not just marching, they are harmonizing in a chorus of peace, friendship, and enduring unity.
Over the past 50 years since national reunification, Vietnam's literatures and arts have significantly contributed to building a sustainable culture in the modern era. Vietnamese artists have shown that literatures and the arts are vital spiritual access and a form of national soft power, supporting sustainable development and global integration.
Over the past 50 years, artists have enriched Vietnamese identity with a growing and diverse community across generations, styles, regions, and ethnic groups.
We value the contributions of artists across all literary and artistic fields.
The đổi mới reform process has sparked a shift in creative thinking, adapting to social changes and global art trends. Hundreds of authors and works have received state honors and prestigious awards. Literature and art play a key role in shaping the Vietnamese people's patriotism, values, and aspirations.
Literature and art involved with life, vividly reflecting new figures, examples, models emerging from the country's development process.
Amid new challenges, traditional literature and art face difficulties in adapting and maintaining influence, particularly the younger generation, who demand both talent and courage from the artists.
Developing literature and art should reflect the spirit of the country's new development phase and nurture artists as steadfast cultural soldiers. Their works should embody national identity, socialist ideals, and artistic values.
Investing in literature and art is investing in the future of national culture, enabling them to drive cultural revival and national development in the new era.
And now, as usual, let's continue with the weather forecast. And that's it for today Headlines. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.